Hello there. You're very welcome to Paper Tuesdays. Marc Halpin isn't here today. He's off looking at the lighthouse with his mother and father and Laura, and here with the man who's normally behind the camera, Shane Halpin.
Later on. A big change coming in Paper Tuesdays now. Marc is going to be ousted for his lack of commitment.
Imagine Marc, I'm just going to casually open up, I love these couches. Imagine Marc doing the camera work. I couldn't.
No, he'd get very frustrated. As Marc goes off, like I do myself, go off into this daydream of like, sometimes like he'd be sat over there in the corner pressing buttons like 1, 2, 1, 2 just for the cameras, and then I was like, oh fuck, Marc's talking, or change it over. So Marc just get frustrated with the fucking buttons. So yeah. I was thinking to myself, I was like, oh, is there someone else that could just sit there and do it? And I was like, I'd ask Roisin, but Roisin, today is Saturday and it's a lovely fine sunny day outside, and Roisin is sunbathing for the first time this year.
Wow.
Which it's her favourite thing to do.
Really?
Roisin, if Roisin could get paid to sunbathe, she'd literally lay outside for forever. Whenever summer comes, like she even like yesterday, she worked straight throughout the day. Didn't take, well, she does that most days, like, but she got all basically her work done so she could sunbathe today.
Wow.
Yeah. She just puts in her headphones, listens to like usually a crime podcast or something, and then she's happy out. Yeah.
And what beach does she go to?
No, she's just out in the back garden, in the centre of Gorey, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, she gets to go there. She goes on about these the UV rays and what the level. She checks the levels of it, so she knew yesterday that like, there's enough sun for tomorrow for me to tan. So there you go. She's on top of it. Yeah. She loves it.
Well, I was getting mini race as well. I was you were watching the Leeds match there, and I was in skills testing the under-16s in Nevena. So Michael Burney was leading it, but it was great. It went overtime. We had so many skills to
do. It's such little time. So what the skills testing involved? Is it a training? And
it's not a training. There's a lot of standing around. The lads were very patient, but there's Owen Malai is the selector, and they're very good. Owen is great as well. So it's just kind of, there's so much in hurling that you get away with, I think. Like, there's the biggest thing today was the one-handed pickup, and the ball being caught around your chest. In hurling, you should be catching it below your knee.
Yeah.
But that's endemic. Like, everyone is picking up one hand and getting
some passing in half.
The good ones are getting it, but like, you're giving so much room for an interception.
Yeah. You can definitely tell like Mick Halpin is a big believer in this, getting your body over the ball and not fucking, because they're like in today's game especially, like if your man is beside you, he's just pulling and he's not going to worry about like where your hand is or whatever. So if the ball is anyway, like if you're standing upright, he has a lot of space just at the ball. But if you're down there, you have more chance of catching it, and you have more chance of him hitting you to go down for free. So
yeah,
that's probably smart to say, but it's just fucking laziness, Michael. These people fucking just are lazy. Speaking of hurling, I have a few notes here that a few talking points, so I don't go off into my daydreams. The under-20 win against Kilkenny there during a fine win, and a good Gorey man got a fantastic goal for himself. JJ, frequent goer of the Ashdown sauna. So yeah,
you're on the ball.
Yeah, that's my research. Yeah, big research. Yeah, that's what I've been waiting months for my time to come on here. So I've been going into the Ashdown to interview JJ Townley. It was a great goal, but what I wanted to talk about as well, did you see his interview after the game?
I saw it.
It's fucking fantastic. And like everyone on Twitter, like I first got sent into one of the group chats, but like everyone on Twitter in the comments are absolutely loving the fact that TG Carr didn't correct them or anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Went on like nothing happened.
But like TG Carr, in fairness, are living the dream when it's a Wednesday in the summer and you're watching TG Carr. Like it's just great. Like Micheál O'Donnell, that presenter there, he does games up and down the country, and he's there able to comfortably talk to JJ Tremblay and know that Jamie O'Hagan was the lead scorer and all, and then to not bat a single eyelid when he made his comments, but he made it. Liam Byrne, the Macabre Buffalo, is a big thing about this, that when you use a curse word, it's the way you deliver it that determines. Like, you could be using a curse word for the sake of using it, you could be using it to inflame, or it could just be part of your speech. And with JJ, it was just part of his speech. It was all the first time. Yeah, did he actually curse there? Then the second time, you knew he cursed.
Yeah.
So there's definitely something to it, and he gets it because of his performances, music performances. That when how he says it and even how he uses it in songs, that like he just knows when it's forced and when it's not.
Yeah.
So, but it's a sign of maybe he's been practicing these interviews in the sauna.
Yeah.
I doubt it though.
Yeah.
Very level-headed guy, and just keeps to the work. I think he's doing an electrical apprentice electrician with what's that great nickname, Iggy Clark. Iggy Clark in Wexford Town.
Fantastic.
They've done a lot of electrical work up in Dublin, so you stick with the Iggy and you won't go wrong. That's the main thing.
Model it by.
Yeah, but what about that game though? Like, it was so open, it was so juicy.
Yeah. Yeah, under 20 hurling is always great, and like I say, like TG Carr, great coverage of it.
Yeah, but like, fair play to the players, like, because how would you say it? Like, under 21 was the dream. Like, it was, I can't believe it's a thing of the past now, but like, you remember that Wexford team that won 3 in a row, and I remember it was down in the Gaeltacht for, I think it was the first one, and there were these 2 lads from Tipperary, and they were doing it. They went on to do Ag Science. David O'Heaney was one of his names, and the other lad, and they were like, there was thick as thieves, and I remember it was a real beautiful Wednesday evening. I said, lads, I think we can beat Kilkenny today. We hadn't won an under 20 final in 10 years, so I think we can. We went into Paddy Powers on the way home before we go to study, and I put money on Wexford to win to beat Kilkenny. And then we came home from study and the match was on, and I remember screaming the house down, and this lad from Dublin didn't have a clue about hurling. Was probably more aware of cricket than hurling, and he thought this was the most bizarre thing ever. For this man to be invested in hurling. But anyway, sorry, under 21, I went into a great memory mode there. But like, under 21 was you had a year older, you had more muscle on you, there was more about you. It was men,
Yeah.
Under 20, it's more challenging. But look at JJ Tommy. I know he's probably he is on the year this year, but like, they're flying it, aren't they?
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely like hurling in its kind of not rawest form, but like, all those young lads are like probably at their height of their fitness, everything's ready to go. It's not like, say, like the adult hurling now, you have lads that are getting on, and then you have the playing the sweeper, and you have like all these set ways of working around those individuals. Whereas like so under 20 hurling, you have lads that are just gonna burst their arse for fucking an hour long and whatever extra time, but
but that's the essence of it. Like, that's the essence of sport, and it's that freedom that we desire. Like statistics are great and all, but like, if they don't inform the end product, like, that's like, it was just a brilliant game. And do you know what I loved? I loved the sheer derby nature of it as well. Like, I don't know if did you see the Kilkenny corner forward? He won a free, and basically he barely bent down, and he won a free for a push in the back, Maria, as my mother would say. And the Wexford man was down on the ground. Kilkenny man gave him loads, gave him a large jump, big, and roared, told him where to stick his money. And then full time came. DG Carr cameras, they must love the crack, because they zoom in on the Wexford player, and you don't see any of that, but you just see him going, yeah,
in his face. Yeah, you love it. Yeah, there's a lot of lads these days. That's a big thing now, going into GR and is celebrating lads' faces and even points now. There's a few Castellan lads love it now. A big shout out to Robbie Brooks. Robbie Brooks is a big fan of the celebrating after each point into
the player, into the man.
Yeah, but to be fair with like lads like Robbie and lads that are very good forwards, like, the backs do pay special attention to them, and you don't know what they're saying in their ear, or the little dirty shots they're giving. So this is your like the forwards' way of getting back on the backs, being that bit mouthy off the ball, or a bit sly with the challenges. Yes.
Interesting.
It's a bit of a towny culture thing for GA.
And into it now.
Yeah, townies. Yeah,
in Gorey, because none of us will be very true townies, we believe that we're townsmen.
Yeah. Yeah,
more noble than that.
Yeah,
you wouldn't.
Very tribal.
You turn your nose up at that though. But you're Air Street true then.
Yeah, God, Air Street is my base for drinking, or base for yeah. So because basically like me and Oisin are living here now, because we have the upstairs to ourselves. We only really stay in Air Street when we're having a night out in Gorey, so it's handy to have a little room in Gorey for when you're having a few drinky poos.
Yeah.
Speaking of drinking foods, Conor Moore's birthday celebration tonight.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I
I
Bridge Bar.
yeah, I'm not able to make it unfortunately, but
No.
this is going out. This will be going out Tuesday. But
Yeah.
happy late birthday, Conor, and hopefully you've cured from your hangover.
Yes. Yeah. It's interesting. I saw Sophie there this morning, and she's doing the yes. Or she probably saw the videos. She's doing the yes and the no, and she's more mobile. And
Yeah.
So
It's mad, like.
Connor was saying she's developing a bit more of her personality now because she's going to child what do you call it, nursery creche,
Mm.
and the interaction with the different children and all, and the childminder or whatever, it's all coming to the fore.
Yeah, like it's
Very
mad
interesting.
seeing, like, cause like you've probably seen this more, but like I'm the youngest in the family. I've never been around like young kids when I was like growing up. Obviously, like I didn't have a younger sibling to take care or whatever. But like being able to see like Brendan's children and Mark and Nora and like Connor, Sophie, like see them kind of through their early stage of development, like beginning to crawl, then walking, then talking, and then they're talking more. Like Avian these days is full sentences, like, and it's just mad to think in the space of like it's just such a short period of time, like they're actually developing so fast, like it's mental. Like yeah, it's got like Avian. It's just got to be brought to the beach with Brandy the other day, and she was mad for skimming stones and throwing them into the water. But like, yeah, like just one or two times she's nearly falling in. Like you don't, like she's gas.
Yeah.
But yeah,
But it's great to be in that state. Like you benefit as the younger sibling by getting to observe, like at this stage of their life, like to be a young uncle, and it must be really special. Like
yeah, like it's a good experience because like obviously when Avian first came in, I was like, what do I do with, like, what do you say to children? And it's like, did you watch the hurling last night? It's like, yeah, you don't really have those skills developed in dealing with children, like playing with children now, but like it's like you become a child again when you're playing with children. Like I was skimming stones across and chasing after the dog with Avian. Like it's great. Youth is a great thing.
it is, but like there's this article that I saw before that like it's so important in life to remain childlike, not childish. You know, it's great to mature and all, especially at our age. But like it's about remaining childlike, and that's what you're getting at when you're throwing stones and having the crack. But like it gets into family dynamics, Shane, which is like this is something that like I've only really come to terms with recently. That my sister is, she was born in 2003, so she's coming on 20. Well, so she has completely different memories of growing up than I do, because like obviously as the eldest, like you remember all the holidays, all the crack, and it was different eras as well. Like it was the boom time, whatever. So like, and yet she would have a completely different stock of memories.
Yeah.
Does that ever strike you, or does that ever come up for you? Or?
Yeah, like you do think about it, like obviously like Michael, like I'm the youngest, Michael's the oldest. Michael's 9 years older than me. So like looking back on when, say, like Michael was around my age, or Michael was finishing college, like he went to Trinity and got a science degree, and like when he was coming out of college, like it was still the height of the recession. So like he obviously had a very good degree, but he couldn't really find much in his field that was hiring, like, and so much harder for him. Like he's in Serbia in a very good job now, but like it took a couple of years to get an actual decent job. Like he worked in Little for a year or two or whatever, and like it just shows that people like his age were coming out in such a like his time of recession where like it's just depressing really. Like he couldn't find a job. A lot of people went to Australia and everything, but like, and then obviously when I was coming out of college a year or two ago, like height of COVID and everything, but like the economy was in a lot better state, better fluctuating state now these days. But yeah, like it's mad how like in the space of a couple of years, like you look back and that period of your life is so much different to like your siblings. I'm rambling on here, but yeah, your siblings' experience of it, like
Yeah.
Like I remember when we went on holiday to South Africa. I think it was like 2009 or whatever, and I still remember because it's such an unbelievable holiday. But like Michael was just kind of 18 then as well, and I remember I think he got like a Long Island iced tea or whatever Mama was. I think Mama usually brings it up, like, and first experience of drinking probably didn't end too well now.
All right.
Yeah.
That's gas. Yeah. So you were 9, and you remember that? Yeah, Jane. Yeah.
Uh, 12.
Oh, you were 12. Oh, sorry. Right.
98, baby.
Yeah. Oh, right.
Yeah, I can still look down on people born in the 2000s like, you're just a baby, even though like I'm just inside fucking 2000. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, look. Yeah, I've. Yeah, it comes up so often that like, oh, now you're in the late 20s or whatever, but like, you kind of have to just roll with it.
Yeah.
Roll with the punches. But like, the biggest thing that strikes me when I'm in work and I take someone's year of birth, and like, you do have to double check sometimes, you know, whether, you know, the father of 2 children or whatever, and you're like, just making sure, yeah, and yeah, the wife is born 2005, yeah.
Yeah, it's mental seeing people like I think it comes up a lot in soccer. Like there's young lads breaking through into the first team in the Premier League and everything, and like they're born in like fucking 2007,
Oh my god.
like or like 2006 or whatever. It's just like,
Yeah.
how are you playing Premier League football? Like, and like I've seen lads my age like fucking like a lot of like Arsenal players like Saka and stuff are only like 22 or 23 or whatever, like, and now they're getting contracts for 300,000 or 300,000 a week. It's just like, what the fuck am I doing with it? Yeah, that's crazy.
Shane, I wanted to speak about marketing, and like, well, first of all, like, the reason I wanted to have you on is because Robbie did a huge amount behind the scenes, and you do a huge amount behind the scenes now, and like, I just don't fully understand how you have the patience, how Robbie had the patience, how you have the patience, like, because is it because you like observing it, or like there's an enjoyment in the production of it, or what would you describe it?
Yeah, like there's a lot of things to enjoy. Like obviously it is a time consuming thing, but like it's like that kind of old saying is like, enjoy what you do, and it like yeah, I'm not gonna get it right, but like enjoy your work, and
Do what you enjoy and you'll never work a day, or
that's it. Yeah, like I enjoy, like say usually on a Sunday when we're coming out here, like, and just sitting down, taking an hour to just talk, and like it doesn't have to be on anything serious, doesn't have to be anything funny, like it's just sitting down having a chat, like, and then like it's just enjoyable that way. And then like it's obviously learning new skills is very enjoyable. Like I would have never learned how to edit a podcast or edit audio, and especially like until like I remember when I was taking over this, Robbie very fortunately put together like video tutorials for me to follow and everything, which is a massive help for me to. I still you look back on them when I'm not sure what to do, but like, yeah, like creating content is very enjoyable. Like seeing like usually when you have the 2 cameras here, like pressing here, pressing there, like switching camera views, like making a kind of immersive experience. So like you're changing camera views, making it a lot more interesting and a lot more movement to it. And then once you see the end product, like you have a real crisp audio, you have immersive video, like interesting, and then like breaking that down into smaller forms of content, like into a reel, and then seeing like that performing well. Like we had, like I had one a couple of weeks ago, they got 14,000 views, and it's just like, it's mad to think like seeing the results, like 14,000 people actually watch the video you created. Like it's a good feeling. It shows that like this stuff is worth your time, like that this content is getting out there. It's not just like there's no results, no end goal coming from it. Like, so yeah, like content creation is like a big theme in my like with my work, and like seeing the results of that is kind of where you get your satisfaction out of it. Like with the property stuff, like there was a small house in Courtown that I did, and it ended up getting 60,000 views on Facebook, like, and it was very, very random because there's a lot of nicer houses I've done, but that one I think because of the location in Courtown, and people like obviously there's a larger number of people that would know Courtown, like from Dublin coming down on holidays, and would love to buy a house in Courtown. That's probably why people are liking it and then commenting on it, and then that's why the algorithm is pushing it, and then everything like that. Like there's a lot of different aspects to go into like content creation that's keeps you on your toes.
Yeah, but that can all go on, but like you ultimately you love the process, like, and it's that process that delivers the content. You know, like you can have all the factors that generate the success, but you just go into it, as you said at the start, just to with people sitting down and chatting, you know, or going to a house for that sort of sale, you know. And it's when you go from that base point and just from that repeated process, it iterates, and it leads to that success that you talk about at the end, which is interesting. Is that like marketing is always changing? I think, like, and it's also. I don't think you can become attached to anything like with your work either. Would you say?
No, you have to change. Constantly have to be on your toes. Like if like with my kind of personal social media, I follow a lot of people that do all these tips and follow the trends and follow the changes to kind of algorithms and stuff like. And it's just way too complicated to keep on top of. Like you just have to go through it, and then you think that you have like, oh, this is going to work now, and then like, oh no, that would have worked a week or two weeks ago, but now it's changing. Like Instagram or TikTok have changed their algorithm to they want this or they want that. Like it just kind of keeps you on your toes a lot more. Like, and it's very, very hard to actually keep on top of it. But like the fun is in the learning of it, really. Like it's like I say, with a lot of people, like you want to be good at your job, and then once you kind of develop these skills and you're good at these skills, you kind of have it in your head that it's like, it's kind of that feeding your ego type thing. It's like, oh, I figured this out, this is great, like I'm able to do this, like everything like that. Like when it say like editing the podcast, like having the 3 cameras there and able to go from one camera to the other, and then like discovering new kind of resources and stuff, like with like the audio and stuff. Like I was telling you before, it's like Adobe podcast, like it's a speech enhancer. So like before I would have to spend like for each podcast I probably would have to spend like 10 minutes or 10 minutes or that, like just going through different like options and stuff and different sliders for like the settings. But now I just download the raw audio, take it, put it into the system, and then I think it's AI that kind of enhances it. So like any sort of like, well, a lot of audio, there's usually a bit of hissing or a bit of background noise or something like that. This just eliminates that, and then makes like even like the worst sounding of mics into something that's very crisp and sounds like a professional studio on an expensive mic. Like, so like learning those kind of resources along the way and to make your job easier is always fun. Like
yeah, I've been thinking all week, Shane, about resonance, and I know I've discussed it before in the podcast, but it always just blows my mind. Like everything is resonating. How the sun is reacting with Roisin's body now. It's that resonance, like, and it's that exchange of properties. Like, this shirt that I'm wearing is designed by Mick Malloy, the architect, and Mick also told me about this book called Carlo Novelli. It's about quantum physics, and the essence of the point he was trying to make is that almost everything is a reaction between 2 objects, and in life, in the whatever spiritual or philosophy things that I'd be thinking about, I always find that exchange really interesting. How when you strip it back, there's 2 things. Like last week I was saying about pendulums, but like, and the pendulums and how they swing back and forth and attract all our energy, whether it's, you know, news or this political party or hitting that political, Trump or Clinton or Biden. You know, it's all 2 poles. It's polar swings. But like, resonance is a really interesting thing that I think we're still getting our heads around. And like does it ever like music, like we listen to music and we think that sounds great, but we never think like if that was out of tune we'd notice or whatever. Like it's the properties that are leading to this great reaction in ourselves that is going on, and when you observe it, it's like, it's pretty cool. Yeah, like I think with a lot of things you can just go through the motions without sitting, taking a step back and actually looking absolutely
to what it is. Like,
there's nothing wrong with that. Exactly. But like, for me anyway, I love going that little bit deeper, and like I just, it's great when you sit on a theme for a week, and I didn't actually really find it, but I just really grew into this idea, and even take it with you now into your week, that like, that am I resonating with the people around me, and are they a positive influence on my life, or am I resident with my partner, and like what emotions is that creating, and where is that leading it to? Probably one of the beautiful examples of resonance for me last week was last night in the Palms when Marc and I did the breathwork with Barry Adamson. I'd really recommend anyone to have a look at Barry Adamson's Instagram, because it was he has really great events and everything, and this was a really intimate circle, like, and because everyone was there and just focused on themselves and focused on engaging with and open-minded to what Barry was leading with the breathwork, it led to this trippy experience for me anyway, and I loved it. Yeah, I think that's all I have to say about resonance.
Yeah, it's mad that how breathwork actually, like the reactions that you can have to it, and how something so simple as fucking breathing can, like, I don't know, like, take your mind somewhere else, or like what, like the Wim Hof breathing and everything like that. The benefits or the effects afterwards, like what can happen with it. It's just, it's mad to think that something so simple can have such a like profound effect.
Yeah,
like what was coming up on the radar yesterday was the you cover your mouth, the tape for your sleeping. Yeah, like, and they were talking about that again, and like, remember Marc was doing that last year, like how just breathing in a different way can affect your sleep and affect your, and then your sleep affects your mood, and like that chain kind of reaction, like, to everything. But yeah, no, I think I definitely will check out Barry Adamson's stuff now. It's something that Wim Hof breathing stuff is something that I think I do want to have a go at, because I've never actually done it before.
Yeah, there's so many different, everyone experiences in different ways, and it's serving each person in their own way that they need as well. I think, like, things are coming up for me that were, I think they had a really really positive, really encouraging, deep experience, but it wasn't as positive for other people. They were dealing with whatever was coming up for them. But the biggest thing for me was the pulses that it's like fizzy electric that flows, currents flowing through your body, and you can just sink into that a little bit deeper, and you become we rush through life and all, and like, it's nicer to be able to take your time for yourself more than anything else. I think that was one of the biggest things coming out for me and everyone else there yesterday. But the tingling sensations, like, speak about Wim Hof, like Wim Hof, you'd feel your hands and your feet maybe tingling. This was all over the body, all up to the jaw and everything. And speaking of the jaw, you haven't seen these yolks on Instagram, have you? There's this yolk now. It's been flat out sponsored on my Instagram content, that you chew, and it's like about the size of, maybe a little bit smaller than half the size of your fist, and you put it in your mouth and you chew, and it strengthens your jawline.
Yes, I've seen this before. Yeah, like there's jaw trainers, like, it's called mewing or something. Yeah, I think something along them lines. So mewing has come up in my stuff before, like on my Instagram and stuff before. It's something that I've actually looked into before, like when I was about 18, 19, like, and obviously you're very self-conscious and like you're worried about your fucking jawline and stuff. I've seen that before, that like used to tilt your head back and like start tensing your jaw and putting like your jaw, like your chin out, and do like try straighten your jaw so that you'll actually work those muscles. I don't know if it fucking worked. It was just something that like I practiced for a while to try give myself a better jawline, but that's what basically I've seen before. I've seen like a lot of different companies basically drop shipping the same products, like you mold to your tea, and like there's different levels, and you're putting like that in your, but like you don't know if it actually works or what's the actual real benefit for us. Like, are you going to actually incinerate your chewing gum or something along them lines? But it's definitely.
Have you another technical talking point?
Quick fire topic. Michael, describe the Eurovision in one word, and there's only one right answer.
Oh, right. Right, well, my answer is beautiful.
No, we're looking fish head. I watched the semi-finals. I watched the results of the semi-finals, the when Ireland were performing. I seen Ireland's performance afterwards, but like Ireland not getting through, very disappointing. But like, and then like, I seen like after they done the results, and then they played the acts that got you ahead of Ireland. I was like, me, like, I haven't watched the Eurovision, and I didn't watch it in the last couple of years now. I watched the results, and I was like, this is the furthest fucking thing from a singing competition I've ever seen. Bring back Johnny Logan. Those are the good old days. Fucking, like, it's not singing, it's fucking TikTok expanded, like.
That's interesting. I hear Finland are meant to be very TikTok like with their dads, but like, yeah, but we're not doing well at it. But like,
Yeah, no, it's not a thing that I want to do well.
No.
Like it's, if you're doing well in it, you're doing something fucking wrong. Like we sent Dust into Turkey over. Like that just shows how. Like, can we not just make it that Jedward go every year and we just we just leave it at that? Like, we don't need other people. Like, because and I seen the Wild Youth. Like, obviously they were in flamboyant outfits. Like, your man was in a golden, very slim bodysuit. But yeah, he's been getting a hard time on it, saying like he's Harry Styles from Wish. There's a lot of stuff coming out, but like,
yeah. But like, it's just, I don't know. I was watching it. Ashton felt that our brain cells were dying. He was looking at it, and I thought, just take it back. And like, it's only last 2.5 minutes, and then Marty Whelan's giving you a joke, and then there's this. You get to watch this beautiful passage of whatever city they're talking about or whatever, and sure, look, it's the grand. Again, like what I said last week or one of the weeks before, it's not something that I'm going to be rushing to change.
No, yeah, first, not something that it's like what we were talking about with, was it last week you were saying Aristotle, it's like picking up a topic and dropping it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's like I can give out about it for 2 minutes, but now it's just not going to take up the rest of my day. Moving on, cars, cars, NCTs. I had my like the same thing, the DOE test, like for the commercial vehicles, had it the other day. But yeah, I passed luckily, but fuck, it's a stressful thing. Like, worrying about having to go into NCT and failing, and like, just I had to get 2 new tyres during the week beforehand, and then I was told afterwards, like, you passed anyway, but the shock absorbers on my left hand side were leaking, and I told Mick this, and I was like, yeah, that's because you're driving too close to the ditch. Because like you're going into kind of like the potholes and stuff on the left side. It's like, mate, we live out in the fucking countryside. How can I avoid driving into the ditch? The roads are fucking this wide.
Yeah.
But yeah, and sticking on to cars. Have you been on Claire's Blind Sale today?
No, what?
You haven't caught up. No, it's not for sale. Actually, there is something for sale. Marc's DJ mixer said.
Sold Conor Moore.
Conor Moore, he's gone, has he?
Yeah.
Oh Jesus,
He got in quick.
Yeah, very good.
I saw there's a good bargain there. You know that thing? It's better than a walking stick because it has this 4 prongs at the end of it. Have you ever seen one of them?
It's like what the old man has an up, and he has like 4 little tennis balls on it.
Yeah, similar to that. A tenner. It's a steel. Get on it.
There we go.
Yeah.
So today on Claire's Wine Cell, gory scandal. 2 masked men are going around in the middle of the night and checking what cars are unlocked around gory estates and rummaging through them.
Right.
Yeah, someone had a CCTV video of today, I'm fairly sure it was.
Wow.
I think it was in, Oak Hill and Oakwood, like all those past Tesco.
Yeah.
And you go to the business park, they're like 2 lads going into a car, and then like obviously the light for the CCTV comes up and they look at it, it's like, get out of that car. And like, one of the lads says, the other one, there's a camera there, and they just go off into the next driveway and sees that car open and that car open, and then I went into the comments and someone else had video of 5 a.m. they're outside their house. I think it might have been Crea Woods or somewhere. That they're going around there at 5 a.m. and apparently reports of them being based in every state, like Ramsgate Village, everything. Yeah, mental. Like 2 lads, they look like young enough men, like they're in tracksuits and stuff that have like their face covered and all. Like, what? I don't know where I come to.
That's mad.
Lock your doors.
Lock your doors. But it's great that Claire's Wine Cell. That's a positive of Claire's Wine Cell. Like, I would never have thought that. Like, there's no way before Facebook you could actually tell people. Just a reminder there to lock
your cars. Yeah, it's always something that I'm fucking fierce worried about, because like I'd be lugging around camera equipment and all that for work, like worth a lot of money. So like every time I'm leaving the car, I press the button about 5 times when I'm not looking, and I look at it and press it again just to make sure, because I can't go anywhere. But like that's always something that such a routine thing, locking doors and everything. Like, even when I'm like 9 times out of 10 when I walk out of the house and lock it, I'm like, did I fucking lock that door? every time. I like it's something that's just like you do it instinctually, and then 5 seconds later, like did I do it? And it's just like it's just something that like your brain is like, no, we don't need to keep that. That's clogging up the memory, and like storage is full. Don't need that.
Storage is full. Storage is always full.
Yeah. So and next topic, Jason Tindall. Have you heard of this man? Probably not, because you're not a big soccer fan. Jason Tindall is the assistant manager of Newcastle United,
Right.
and has been making headlines in the last couple of weeks.
Right.
So I think the first came to my attention when Arsenal played Newcastle last week. Game was over, and usually the managers shake hands first, the Sky cameras go, but this time it was the assistant manager went up and shook Mikel Arteta's hand first, and then the manager was next. And then on Twitter exploded with this man Jason Tindall. They've been rooting around. He's been known for this, like known to every time the final whistle goes, he's straight over to the opposition manager and to shake his hand first. And he's very animated on the sidelines as well. And with any team photo, he's in the centre of it. He somehow finds, like, Newcastle are big fans of dressing room photos after a victory, and they have a big group huddle, and who's dead centre? Jason Tindall. And there's a Twitter page dedicated to him now that is, I think it's 50,000 followers now. I'll just get it up here. Sorry, on airplane mode. One second.
He's the quintessential Irish politician, though.
Yeah, Jason Tindall. Jason Tindall, desperate to be centre of attention, is the Twitter page, and it has 51.1 thousand followers.
Okay.
But like, you can look at that, like, it's a very funny meme now these days.
Yeah, but like, is it that blatant that he's not going to go much further, or do you think he is in line to get a club?
He has been number one in places before, so this actually brings.
All right.
I think he was over Bournemouth for a bit, but this brings me. This was actually eagle eye spotted by a friend of the pod, but not really a friend of the pod. Paul Galvin.
Oh,
Noticed this man back in 2017 and tweeted #Bournemouth number 2. This is when he was the number 2 at Bournemouth. Thinks he's the manager. Loves to take centre stage. Take a seat, man. This is when Bournemouth were playing Arsenal a few years ago. So, and Paul actually retweeted this when Jason Tindall's been blowing up, and it's like, yeah. Paul Galvin had the foresight.
He's fun.
He's spotted it back in 2017.
But yes, he was assistant manager and he became manager of Bournemouth.
Yeah, and now he's back. Yeah, I think he was the same manager that was he was number 2 at Bournemouth. This time he's the same manager at Newcastle. Now he's number.
Right, so they're a good pair.
Yeah.
It reminds me of, I don't know why it's just like Alistair Campbell has this book called Champions or whatever, and like a lot of it is just about it's a very good book about a winning mindset, and he obviously comes from politics or whatever, but like he would have been all about strategy and just getting PR, getting yourself out there, and like what he's doing is like getting a Twitter account.
Yeah.
It does, any news is good news. I remember hearing a story before of a rather flamboyant politician, and they were front page for tax issues or whatever. They thought it was the best thing ever because they would be in every kitchen table in Ireland that day. And it's that mindset of like, once I'm right, it'll be right too.
Yeah,
it's an interesting approach. Yes, there's a lot in that.
Yeah, no publicity is bad publicity.
Yeah.
So moving on, your house, Michael, because obviously I'm not sure I was saying earlier, I'm house sitting for my auntie and uncle and my cousin this week. Very lovely new house down in Clone overlooking the beach. Is there any unique features that you are planning to install or have installed in your house? As I've been telling everyone this when so I've been cooking obviously down in my auntie and uncle's house, and they have they've brand new like a kitchen island, like right in the centre, like an island in the centre kitchen, and like have the cooker there, and like obviously they have the 4 like actual like hobs or whatever, and in the centre is the fan built into the island, and the fan like the steam will go up and then straight back down into the centre of the fan. And I thought that's fucking brilliant.
It is, and we've the same
one.
Yeah, Tesla. Our one is Tesla. Yeah, it's a Tesla model or whatever. Sorry, I should preface that it's not the same as Tesla. It's a Nikola Tesla hub, so they're 2 different companies that take it. But anyway, I like having Tesla in the house.
No, I'm not in the kitchen.
Not yet. No, he might be outside one day, please God. And what was this? Sure, two massive doors of glass. This is the biggest thing. Like you know what Marc was saying last week. So the balls and the keys, or the key.
Yeah,
fine key ball. And lovely stairs, lovely kitchen. An inbuilt coffee machine. Ashton was big on that. It's a real luxury and a gift and a privilege. Being able to have plans for your own house is unreal, because you can actually have designed it the way you want it. Like the biggest thing was master bedroom. Ashton has designed that to have her own vanity unit and her own walk-in wardrobe, and that is spectacular. So yeah, I think they're the biggest things, but it's just it's great to create your own space. That's the biggest thing.
Like playing Sims in real life.
Yeah,
It's fucking fantastic.
yeah.
No, because I was obviously like all four of us are like Mark and myself will be planning on building it out here in a few years' time, please God. And it's like in my own head, like I don't want a boring house. Like obviously because I'm going around the houses taking photos, and it's like a lot of these houses are just run of the mill. Like it's just somewhere to live. Like I don't want somewhere to live. I want somewhere that I can enjoy living, like, and make something different. Because like, so in my head, like there's just ideas spewing around.
I'd
like,
say that.
like what can I do to just make it
That's incredible.
my house? Like I don't want just simple, plain boring. Like,
But it's that being able to have opened yourself up to that diversity of a range of houses is a great gift for you, really.
yeah, Roisin and her mum loved the idea of my job going around and but around Snoopman, yeah. It's just Roisin just loves the idea of just walking around people's houses and seeing everything. Like, and I'm just like yeah, it's fine. Like, yeah. Some of them are very full of fucking clutter. That's
right.
Makes my job always fun. So, Michael, what do you like to do in your spare time that the viewers might not know?
Oh,
I say this because I was just thinking to myself, like, what fucking topics can I make? But I'm a very big FIFA fan. I'm still like, I'm fucking 24 and I'm just hooked on FIFA. I don't know what it is. I think it's because I'm stuck in my office all day and I have my PlayStation in my office, so I'm just like, what the fuck can I do? So now I can just play FIFA, and Roisin always gives out about it, like, because there's certain objectives and things to get, accomplishments and get new things, and like say, like, they come out at 6, new ones come out at 6 o'clock, and in my head I'm like, I have to go on at 6 o'clock to do some of this, and then Roisin's like, you're a fucking child. So, but no, I'm not a child. Video games have been proven to help your critical thinking, so that's my excuse.
Sorry, Shane, but that sounded like you made that up at the spot.
No.
But like, yeah, what's it legal? Like, is it all right? Like,
yeah, no, it's grand. Yeah, but I was writing
for me,
Tai Chi in your garden.
I don't know, Mark. Do you remember when Mark wrote out, like, after 4 hours meditating?
Yeah,
like, it was scaringly accurate. Like,
yeah,
because like I've just. Well, not for 4 hours, but like, it's just a lot of things can be meditative or whatever. And I used to spend a lot more time in meditation, but now I'm kind of in the stage where I like to try and approach everything that I'm doing meditatively to live in the present moment. I've been blessed recently to have been extremely productive in a lot of areas, but that comes from having a strong spiritual foundation for me. That's really important. And so a lot of it, if you were to put money on what Michael Dwyer is doing right now, he could be sitting still, would probably be even money. 9 to 4 would be 9 to 4 would be in a meeting. 33 to 1 would be in a pub. Like, look, some time in pubs is fine.
Yeah.
And I've no problem with one-to-one contact, but there's times in Paddy Blues where it's just all the people are there and it's just like, no.
Away, get away from me. You drunk buffoon.
Yeah.
No, I had another note here. It's like, I was thinking today, and like, even yesterday, like, it's a Friday and it's sunny, and like, people are texting us like, "Can I go to the beer garden?" And it's like, I was thinking to myself, what a question for you. It's like, it's a sunny weekend day or a bank holiday or something along them lines. A lot of people that would enjoy a pint is like, I'd love to be in the beer garden. What is Michael Dwyer's version of a beer garden on a sunny day?
Maybe a pint of my body and blackcurrant and.
No, but like, where would you go? Like, people would go.
Yeah. Where would I go?
You're not welcome in the pub to drink.
Good question. I go. I don't know. It doesn't come up that often because I'm doing other bits and pieces. Like, you know, I suppose I love going for a coffee with a mate. The coffee or something like that. That's just meetings have been flat out at the moment as well, though. Ashton has it. I'm sure I mentioned it on the pod. Everything I do at the moment, she believes it's a cult. So and then
You're just gathering followers.
well, yeah, I'm just in the cult, you know. So but it's just the way things are, because everything has been going quite intensely and everything, and it's quite productive. But like cults are also quite intense. So you know, there's a crossover there.
Yeah.
Interest. I'm not really answering your question, Shane, because we're coming into the summer, and I probably will have a better idea in the summer.
Yeah, I'll make I'll set a
there.
reminder now for a month's time. Same question, same time.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. So
But you must love the beer garden. Like I'm.
there's nothing better.
There's nothing like it.
There's like when you really like, obviously because like I have my own business, I'm like on work mode a lot of time. Like I can just go and do this or do that, or I could be doing this. It's like when there's a time when I say like I can just go, I can go to the pub early. I don't have to go at 8 o'clock in the evening. I can go at 2 o'clock or go 4 o'clock or something, and you can just sit outside and in a pair of shorts. You don't have to be dressed up. You don't have to be done up. You can just go and sit outside in the sun and have a large bottle and
Shane, if we need a referendum on it, I'm all for day drinking. I think day drinking is go.
night.
Sorry?
Yeah, night. Who made this? And why was night drinking thing? Like, why do you have to go till 4 in the morning? Why can't you go from 12 o'clock in the afternoon to
Yeah.
like to 12 o'clock at night? That's 12 hours of drinking.
It makes so much sense, like, because we were blessed to attend Jude Rose McDonald's christening last Sunday, and like the people started drinking at 3 o'clock and finished at 12:30, but it was a full on day, and like that was fine.
Yeah,
that was fine.
Yeah, we can call it quits at any right reason. We'll ever get to bed.
Yeah. And everyone was able to, well, no, not everyone was able to go to work next day. Mine was anyway.
Yeah.
You know, it was just a reasonable hour. It made so much sense. So I'm all for, if someone questions you on your drinking habits, you have my full permission today on a Tuesday to go to the beer garden.
So, Michael
I'm
Dywer.
sure many people would take that offer. John O'Halloran on the board in the middle of, he could be off in Egypt at the moment, and he's probably going to have serious words with his boss now, because, you know, where's the beer garden on the boat?
Yeah.
Well, when they say a boat sounds pleasurable, it's more what do you call it?
A canoe.
It's not a canoe either. It's one of those oil tankers. Yes. So there's no crack on them, I think.
No, very, very, very little. Let's say.
And it's not a cruise. So there you go.
Yeah. So we have controversial food takes, Michael.
Okay, right.
I got a lot of stick in my group chat with my friends recently there's one of the lads who is a very fucking fussy eater, and I've now been kind of pushed into his boat. His chicken rolls in school were chicken and butter, and I think it was just chicken and butter, like, and that was it. He'd have no flavour receptors in his mouth, like, and I hate pickles, gherkins,
Right.
cucumber. Like, I'm a big fan of veg, like, but not that.
Cucumber as well.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
it's weird. Roisin's a big fan of just eating a cucumber. Like, it's fucking vile. I hate it. But yeah, gherkins on a burger, or pickles. A new one was rocket leaves. Don't see the point in them. What is the
I
point?
don't like it.
Stringy. I hate when you go to like a new deli and you ask for like lettuce or something, and it's fucking rocket.
Right.
No.
You know,
And like a pizza, and you just put rocket on it. It's like, it's just stringy leaves, and it's
right.
don't see the point in that. Whereas my iceberg lettuce, big fan of iceberg lettuce.
All right.
But rocket now can suck it. Have you any? Oh, and another one was before. Like, we aren't a jam eating household. No, we don't. When I was younger, there's never really jam around. Like,
I find jam a funny food, though.
yeah,
Like, there's very little food substance out there that, like, it's half sugar, but it's fine.
yeah, it's fine. It's a it's flavored like raspberry. It's fruit.
Yeah.
But like, we never really had jam in the house or whatever, so I was never really exposed to it. We had marmalade in the house.
Marmalade.
Yeah, I know.
Marmalade. Mary Shields marmalade. Chef's kiss.
Yeah, I got a lot of stick before. Like, a lot of lads were having conversations like, what's your favourite flavour of jam? And I was like, fuck jam, marmalade on them. And I got terrible stick for it. So, yeah. Do you have any controversial food takes?
Don't like mushrooms.
Yeah.
No, I'd be fussy though. I'd like a good spicy meal, but no.
Yeah, I'd be fan. I'm a massive fan of mushrooms. Like them on a pizza.
Right.
Yeah, or in a pasta.
I think I'd steer towards certain foods. That's the main thing. Like, I wouldn't be a big fan of ham or bacon. I'd be hit and miss of bacon or whatever.
Yeah, it brings on the same topic. So just a few quick fire questions. Your go-to takeaway at the moment?
Wild spice. This is very gory centric, but like wild spice, you can only. Well, no, it's just that. Well, I believe wild spice should be best eaten on a weekday, because on a weekend they're too busy.
Oh, way too busy. I was standing outside there.
So leave them on the weekend and go to the new it's a Bella Luna Pizzeria on Esmond Street.
I haven't tried there yet now.
Beautiful. Nice. Oh my goodness, you must get there. Yes, they're my now with Hattie Am from my street food.
I love the honey pepper chicken out there.
Oh yes.
So it's just like pure comfort food. Because like the honey is just so sweet. Like I love it when I'm hungover.
Deadly.
It's just pure comfort food. Yeah.
Is that your go-to then?
Yeah, hungover food now. But I'm a big fan recently of IPO. The barbecue roast pork out there is something else. Are you a pizza man?
Oh, I love a good pizza.
What would your favourite pizza?
I don't know. It'd just be an oceany pizza, man. Whatever. I skip the start and we go to the bottom.
Yeah,
Or it wouldn't be the meatiest, but it'd be more like if you had a Diablo sausage, but you also had a black pudding or something. And, I'm all for the combos on the pizza.
Yeah.
And do you know what? We don't have enough calzones in the world.
I've never had one now.
Oh, yeah. Calzone is beautiful, but you don't see that a lot here.
No.
But
yeah, I'd love a bit of chorizo now and loads of cheese and meat is usually the meatiest pizza there. But when we were in Belfast, like we've been there twice now, and then the same pizza place, Pizza Punks now in Belfast, very very top class pizza. But yeah, black pudding, it's unbelievable on a pizza. Yeah, so good. Burger toppings. What would your ideal burger look like?
It'd be meaty anyway, and there'd be a good crispy cheese or a crispy onion and cheese anyway. And again, it's about the whole lot. It's about the whole yard. You want. I'm not a plain man anyway.
Yeah.
I want it all.
Yeah. I'd have everything on it on a burger gherkins now. Or mustard. Not a fan of mustard. Right. But like this new trend, well, not a new trend, like for the last good few years, like burgers. They're going bigger this way. They should be going bigger this way.
Oh, right.
You can't. Mouth doesn't go this way. Like at least like with the burger, like you can still get enough in, kind of expanding it this way. If you're going this way, I hate when you're really excited for this burger and it's fucking this way. It's like, I'm gonna have to deconstruct this now to fit it in my mouth. Not a fan of that. Favorite fizzy drink?
Rock Shandy or Coke Zero.
Yeah. Pink zero sugar. Pink lemonade Lucozade is my go-to these days.
I'm going to try that.
Oh, it's
That's
fantastic.
a shout. Yeah.
Fantastic. Favorite chocolate bar?
Dark one. One of those dark ones from Lidl. They're a fair trade cocoa or something like that. Red. Oh, lovely.
Galaxy caramel.
Oh yeah.
I think that'd be
a good share bar for you.
My go-to. I see a new thing now where Ocean's after getting in. It's fucking dangerous. It's like a 6 kg tub. You know the big like mustard tubs you get, like about size, like same size as that. It's Kinder Bueno sauce. It's not really sauce, like it's thick. So it's like Nutella.
Yeah.
But it's Kinder Bueno, and like she got it the other day, and I just took a spoon in, like, and it's literally the center of the Kinder Bueno, and look, she's lucky she can't have it because of dairy and everything in it. But like if that was near me, like I'd be walking around the kitchen, it's like I'll just get a little spoon and another little spoon, and it'd be the size of a fucking house by the time. It's top class. Crisps, Michael.
I'd be more popcorn man.
Popcorn man wouldn't be a crisp man.
No.
I do love Pringles, but I think best crisps are like the O'Donnell's or Kyo's, like those real thick, crunchy ones. Fucking can't get enough of it.
Apparently there's great profit margin in crisps because even like those ones, they get this boost of artisan, but like all they're doing is putting a bit more care into their potato, like
not cutting them as thin. Like. I love those crisps. Sweets,
Janie. How are you? sweets, man. I'm with scones.
Scones.
Scones are my sweets. I love scones.
I do love a scone now. Great. Makes Auntie, like, our great Auntie Ina is a avid baker, and she makes fantastic.
Oh,
She
you
puts-
can't beat that.
when she's baking them, she sprinkles a small bit of sugar on top and it
Oh,
bakes
right.
into it. It's fantastic.
Okay.
Do I have anything else? Yeah,
Where did you get your hair done?
Jordan Doyle.
Well, my goodness, that's some advertisement for Jordan.
Yeah, I haven't got a haircut now. And
He did the beard as well.
no, I just do that myself because there's not much to work with. So
Well, yeah, but you do it quite well.
yeah, I just got a new razor out of Boots for about €30. So I
Right.
just line it up and like a very patchy kind of like there's just little fluff here and little fluff here and it doesn't actually connect anywhere. So I have to just kind of shave here and then just trim it a small bit.
But you know where to cut that hair.
Yeah. So
Jordan's a good man for the haircut.
yeah.
Very precise.
Oh yeah, I love. I obviously went and I was on sabbatical from haircuts for 2.5 years. But yeah, first Jordan was only recently opened up, and I think yourself and Marc went to him, and so I was like, "Fuck it, I'll go myself. I'll go now." And a very enjoyable experience. Jordan's a very lovely chap, and he's very easy to talk. Like that's what you want in your barber. You can sit there and just you can talk about anything for whatever 20 minutes you're there. Like you don't like you hate when you're going to the barber and you just sat there and you're like, I'm nothing to talk to this man about. Like you just want to speak absolute nonsense for 20 minutes, so it goes by faster. Yeah, especially when thinking about growing out my hair slightly longer now, but not as long as it was, but just have it flowing.
When you're able to have his expertise thrown over it or meddling in it, I think it helps.
Yeah. He's after opening up an act when I was in.
Indeed.
So, yeah, he's flying. Yeah, it's good to see.
Yeah. Hopefully he'll give us €50 for this little.
Yeah, promo. Yeah, so finishing off Jack Cush. Curveball.
Comes
No, I met
Fancy Castles. Jack Cush couldn't do under 6 training. And that's all right, Jack. That's okay. But I asked him would he jump on a bouncy castle at communion today for me. So hopefully he will. I think bouncy castles are great. There was this one in Kilmechanic yesterday. It was a dragon. And it looked absolutely impressive.
Yeah, it's mad. Like these days, like the community confirmation like season, like you can drive anywhere and you're probably not 5 minutes away from a fucking bounce castle.
Yeah,
it's mental. With Jack Cush, I seen him in Gore, and me and Roisin were getting a coffee out of Hungry Bear, and we were walking back, and I just seen Jack, and it just I came back into my head there. Have I ever told you about my and Jack Cush's first meeting?
No.
It was Rackard League football.
Oh wow.
In Castletown, and Jack. I was corner forward. Jack was corner back, and Jack is, as you know, a sticky marker.
Yeah.
Very sticky that day. And this, as a lot of people can attest to, I have my anger issues under control these days, but I didn't back then. Jack Cush was swinging both arms around me, and I had the ball. I dropped it. I don't know why. My left hand. I'm right-handed. I decided I'm going to hit him with my left hand. Turn around, and he dropped. It dropped and obviously Pablo Boyle was the referee. So I got a serious warning and slap on the wrist when I got back to school that day from Miss Kenny, and that was it.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, and I only figured out, so that was obviously in 6th class. When I went in the first year, Jack was in a few of my classes and I was very friendly with him, and we were all in the change rooms for PE, and I think it was Reece Hughes turned around and was like, "Hey, remember when you boxed Jack in Rackard League?" And I was like, "Fucking boxed Jack," and memories flooded back to me. So that me and Jack are great friends now. Yeah, we're all through school. But mine and Jack's first meeting was
wow.
Was a very explosive one.
Yeah, that's like Ned Purcell and your granddad, obviously, and John Brown became great friends. And I think their first meeting was punching each other in the stand in Belfield.
Yeah, I remember.
Sounds typical.
Yeah, it runs in the gym. Yeah,
and there was another little tidbit. What was it? Punching. Oh yes, refereeing and Rackard League. I remember Cathal Dunbar I think he was chopped or something, and the ball went away from him. And I remember John Ooley in Tara Rocks, and John had a very distinctive way of refereeing. He always wore tracksuit, and John said to Cathal, Cathal was pleading for free, and he said, "I give you $1."
Oh, that's great. Yeah, the Ooleys are great. They're a referee.
Yeah.
Yeah, bring back P. Junior hurling.
I want to close with this shit, and you know when I'm getting into a flow when I'm giving you the
fingers are right
now. Yeah. So change and what you've seen in your 24 years. So or change in general from what you think. So Gorey as a town is continually growing, and it's growing in all ways, probably from Crea out towards the Rock and out towards
River Chapel.
River Chapel. Well, is River Chapel even more with those where Gavin Stamp apparently is by near out the Ballyhue Road.
Yes.
So the Redmonds, shout out to Redmond brothers. But like it's amazing to witness the things change. Like I find like the monument and up that way, like it used to be out. There's this big wheel or big urn from the leather factory that's there, but like that stands there now. A route that would have once hosted like a route that would have once led to 3,500 people marching down there for work. After like for the leather factory back in the 70s and 60s, but the workhouse in years before that. So like there's so much. Sorry, that's a leather factory, or I don't know, or not. Yeah, I think it's or kiln, not an urn. But is there anything that stands out, Shane, that has changed in your years that you can think about? Like even think about the roads. Like these are small things, but they're in years people like think that it was always that way or whatever. You know, like that we would have travelled through Bray, and like in '96 they came through Arklow, and like up when I was going to college, the windy bends there near the Beehive were still there. Like they were, you know, it's amazing to see the pace of change and the little things that just happen in life, and then you become accustomed to them.
Yeah, like you said, like the roads there, like I can be something I go to work down in Bunclody, like, and that new main road is a big help to me going from say Bunclody to in between here and that. And yeah, like I remember those days, like going up those windy roads at the Beehive and everything to go to Croke Park with Mick, like, and all that. Like, so obviously that's the very good change that has happened since I've been a chap, like, and now that I've started driving. I had a thought there about change. Cork Community School is now on TikTok. That was a change. We'd have never seen, like, when I was in school, like, the school was anti-social media.
Yeah.
No, like, don't be on it, don't be posting about other people in school on it, and like if you said anything on social media, like you could be suspended for it, like. And now we see Mr. Wickham doing they're doing Fittest Family challenges with Mr. Wickham doing the was it hang tough. Yeah, he was doing that and apparently got 38 minutes. But the video was have you seen it?
No.
The video is funny now. You can, and he's like, Wickham was just there, it's like 38 minutes, Mr. Morris. And then like you can just hear Mr. Morris with a big giggle, like it's just like it's so funny, like seeing teachers just having crack as well, like. But, yeah, and like he always doing skipping. Then Niall Hughes was doing the sitting against the wall yoke, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, times are changing. Like the community schoolers are all buying into TikTok.
Yeah.
Which is strange to see.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But that's the way it I'm sure there's other things that spring to mind, but like it's just amazing that like the change that comes in unexpected ways, and like our parents, I don't think like we fully appreciate. And I know it's the 25th anniversary and all, but Good Friday Agreement is mad. Like that, like they were killing each other like a few years before, and then they just stopped. Like it's cataclysmic, or not cataclysmic. It's like, I don't know. This is a big one to end with, but like I'm sure, and actually, change is something that you don't. I think this is the biggest thing, that you don't observe change directly until like something like that comes up, and you can appreciate it. Like there's when Conor Moore went back and listened to all the previous podcasts, he found how, you know, we were talking a year. I don't know what we were when he listened to the podcast episodes. There's no Nora, there was no Breed, you know, there was no life was so different, and now, you know, it's only because of the podcast that we can appreciate that the journey that myself and Mark and the podcast and yourself have been on for the past little over a year anyway. Well, over a year, 2 years.
Yeah, it's a really great thing to have and look back on, like even like especially like the live shows and stuff, like how like when we did the live show, like we just got the live show in, wasn't it, the Christmas one that just like COVID rules are changed that night.
That's right.
So like we were able to just get it done, and it was a fantastic night. But like looking back on like that doesn't feel like that long ago, but like fucking world was different, like world is completely different. Yeah, no, it was a great thing to have and look back on, like when I'm having those moments of like self-reflection and all that, like, and you're looking back and it's like barring some cataclysmic Armageddon and everything gets wiped, it's like 50 years time, like grandchildren will be able to listen to Paper Tuesdays, like that's always something that's really striking, like, and it's leaving a mark that can't really be like, I can't see a way of them not being able to access that and say, like, even like further down the line, 100 years time, your great grandchildren, like obviously we don't have any real evidence of how our great grandparents were or like everything like that, but like in 100 years time, like there still will be like high quality videos and images like for our descendants to watch from, which is kind of a crazy thought. Like
this is really where I wanted to get to, like that change. There can be such a positive change, and you might not actually not notice it, and then like you bringing in the legacy there is really interesting. That like how you behave now, while you might not see it, it will actually affect the greater run of things or whatever in years to come. And that's from the biggest to the smallest and everyone, like that. What we leave behind and what we bring forward is how I like to look at it. What we bring forward to future generations is it's so positive. It might not be recorded or it might not get noticed, but it's so important to bring that essence of us forward into the now. And that, I think, I'm very optimistic obviously, but I believe that it's that vision for the future that is going to sustain us all in the years to come, no matter what AI comes, that please God, peace will come in Ukraine, that these all big events and big events that have the effect to, affect the balance of things, is that they can be sustained or conditioned by how we are ourselves.
Yeah. Very deep ending. So yeah, no, it's great. Like, yeah.
Shane, thank you for everything, especially doing your research and bringing yourself to this. And this has been a really enjoyable one. I'm enjoying this, coming back to the podcast and sitting there with yourself and Marc, and I'm really grateful for Marc. Marc was one who really had the initiative for coming back. But I want to bring more of me to this, and before I thought I had to do all the most research or whatever, but now it's about just exploring a few nooks and crannies in my head with yourself and our good friends who are tuned into us. So thanks for listening. Please subscribe to us. It's been great to have you, and we'll see you next week.
Good night and God bless. Namaste.